Hey, my ducks, how are we doing? How is everybody's Monday? Gosh, do you remember last Monday, me sitting here and saying, it's Monday again already? It seems like 5 minutes since we last said it. And here we are again on another Monday, saying exactly the same thing. Oh, I am repetitive, aren't I? All right, let's, before it gets too busy, let's do a quick hello and welcome to everybody. So we have Tammy Pie, first one in today. Wow, an hour and 22 minutes ago. Okay, who's in here? Echo. I love that. And then Rob was in. So nice to see you too. Richard and Luna Rose, hello. And then we have Isabel and Emily and Laurie. We also have Kim, nice to see you. And Emily and Sunny, hello. Oh, it's lovely to see you. And thank you for your glide. And I've just watched it, so I will reply after QuaranStream. But it's lovely to hear from you, and it's lovely to see you here, my friend. Spirit Healing Tarot, and we have Kay, who's making a cuppa so she can be here on vacation at home. Wow, that's always, it doesn't matter, does it? Whether you're on vacation at home or whether you go away, it's just nice sometimes to have a break from having to get up, go to work, and be in work mode. So we have Elizabeth and we have Celia, Jennifer, Rebecca, and Emma. Nice to see you, Emma. Kay, Ness, Ellie, Elle. Hello, Elle. Who else do we have? We have Feline Fortuna enjoying a leftover Thai for lunch. Oh, I've got Diet Coke chicken tonight. Diet Coke chicken with steamed vegetables and a jacket potato. Jen, hello. Every time I see hello, my mind goes, I'm at a place called Vertigo. I saw them perform that live at Live 8. And there was also, I remember we got there at 4 in the morning because we wanted to be at the front. And I was outside the gate getting ready for the doors to open. And I lay on my rucksack asleep. And my mate was kind of just sitting looking around. And then I heard Bono do a sound check from inside. And it was, hello, hello. So every time I see it, and Chris, when he comes in sometimes, he does 3, hello, hello, hello. But I still hear Bono at Vertigo. Blue Crescent, hello, Deanne, how are you? And we have, oh, and there's Chris. Hello, hello, hello. And Jackie, hello, Jackie. Mullamia, nice to see you. V. Castro and Anne, hello, Anne. Marsha. Brant, hello, Brant. And Adam, hello, Adam. Good to see you as well. We have Angela and Angelic Michelle. Maria. B-Jam, hello, Ben. How are you? Emily, Amanda. We have Sarah. How are you, Sarah? Hen, hello, Hen. Oh, it must be really early for you, but I know it's kind of like coming into your winter, I guess now. We're certainly coming towards autumn, isn't it? So you're probably having darker mornings, but I hope you've got a coffee, and it's lovely to see you here with us. We have Diane and Sharon. Nice to see you, Sharon. Not seen you before, but welcome. And Jamie. Hello, Jamie. Gemma, Mojo Buddha, As Found Kimberly, and Joanna's Journey. We've got Debbie. Hello, Debbie. And Elaine. Hello, Elaine. Nice to see you. I've seen you put a video up today, so I'm looking forward to watching that later. Crystal Sparkles. Hello, my lovely. And there's so many people here. It's lovely. Stephen. Nice to see you. And who else? Foxes and Brown Bears Tarot. I love that. Foxes and Brown Bears Tarot. Hello from Australia. finally made alive. Well, it's lovely to have you. So that's at least 2 in the chat from Australia. What with Hen as well. Anybody else who I haven't already mentioned? Amanda and Kelly. Hello, Kelly. Oh no, not Bono for me, Simon. You should be hearing RuPaul, of course. The only RuPaul song I know is You Better Work. Supermodel. It's the only RuPaul song I know. I was RuPaul, well, I wasn't RuPaul, but I was into RuPaul in like 1992, not 2022. I think you know what I was trying to say there. Deirdre, Forest for the Trees, Disa, Donna, it's lovely to see you all. Hexon, oh my goodness, how are you? I've not seen you for ages. I hope you're keeping all right. How have you been? It's lovely to see some old faces as well as seeing new faces. So we've got Jeff as well. Nice to see you, Jeff. And this is like the longest hello in the world, but I don't care. It's just lovely to see everybody. Ian from New York City. Ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ooh, ah. Sorry, I couldn't help myself there. It was an involuntary reaction. I am Ian from New York City. Well, it's good to see you, Ian. 3 times you're telling us it's Ian from New York City. Anyway, yes, nice to see everybody. So I've got to the bottom. How are we all doing? So it's quite a big day in the UK today. Our Prime Minister is making a nationwide address at 7 p.m, so in an hour and 20 minutes, but is already gone to Parliament, so I can give people an update. So as you know, QuaranStream is a daily or week daily stream for people such as ourselves who are in lockdown, as a way to ensure that people have at least one opportunity a day to connect with a community, get that support, and just to chat and hang out, because it can be lonely, particularly if you live on your own and you're in lockdown and you can't see people. So that was the whole purpose of quarantine. We now have in the UK an exit plan, which is very gradual. And to be honest, we're not going to be out of anything until the 21st of June in terms of kind of full restrictions being lifted. And that is, of course, dependent on certain criteria, and it's data driven rather than dates. So although we do have some dates, that said, so I know this doesn't apply outside of the UK, but just to give you a bit of an update. So step 1 is on March the 8th, which is 2 weeks today, all schools will reopen, and people will be allowed to meet outdoors for a chat. So we can, I can meet up with my friend and we can have a conversation outdoors, okay? From the 29th of March, so that's in just over a month from now, so basically 5 weeks from now, outdoor gatherings of 6 people or 2 households will be able to meet, we'll be able to meet outdoors. Okay, so again, it's outdoors. So nothing's going to be happening indoors for a few months. Outdoor sports, including football, golf, and tennis, will be allowed to resume from the 29th of March also. Shops, hairdressers, gyms, and this is the key bit that everybody wants to know about, outdoor hospitality. So that's your restaurants, bars, pubs, etc. Outdoor only for those will be able to reopen from the 12th of April if strict conditions are met. And we've yet to get the detail on what those strict conditions are. but pubs will be able to open, and I think they will have outdoor seating only. And by 29th of March, we're in spring. It should be warmer. Progress to further steps depend on conditions around vaccination, infections, hospitalizations, deaths, and any new variants, because new variants are coming out. So if a new strain was to come, then all this is kind of under review. Press conference tonight at 9 p.m. Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland will set their own exit approach. Exit is out of lockdown. And then the news that I woke up to this morning is that if you've been vaccinated by the Pfizer vaccination, data is now showing that hospital admissions, if you contract COVID and you've had the Pfizer, I should say, vaccination, it is an 85% reduction. Okay. If you've had the AstraZeneca, which I have, there is a 94% reduction, and this is fantastic news. This is massive news. And then the final step is that all legal limits on social contact could end by the 21st of June. So that is completely lifting lockdown. 21st of June feels like forever away, doesn't it? But in terms of things like the tarot meetup, that's pretty good news. Because by then, we could be in a much better place. And what they did announce this morning as well is that we are going to now be a month ahead of what we planned for vaccination. So by July, which is a few weeks before we meet, by July, all adults in the UK, all adults can have the vaccination. And if you were down for like April, because you've got a health condition, for example, that will now be March. They're a month ahead of themselves. So it's looking pretty promising. So I just wanted to give that as a bit of an update, because, this is QuaranStream, and the whole point of QuaranStream is to, provide that service and get us through this together. As I say, this is just England, but, I'm sure other parts of the UK will follow suit. We don't tend to work in silo anymore. There's lots of the 4 nations, working very closely together. You're welcome, Anne. I'm just having a look back. Jamie says she likes my shirt. Yeah, I have worn it before. It is one of the ones that Anton sent me. I wore the Green Man one the other day as well. So let's see if there's any other comments that I need to pick up. I'm just going to look for name tag or capitals. That's a nice piece of positive information for you all. And Hen, it just feels like it's been a long winter. Do you know what I mean? A really long winter. And people have had it worse than us, so I'm always mindful of that. But it certainly has been a winter of discontent. Oh my God, does that mean I get the vax? If you want the vaccination, you can have it by July, L, because you're an adult. So he has promised all adults can have the vaccination by July. Bring it on, lad. I'm not quite sure what that's to Richard, but as a teacher, I'm hoping to get it soon. Actually, as a teacher, if you've got SEND as part of your provision, which is special educational needs, you can have it. You can ask your principal or CEO to issue you with a letter, because that comes under health and social care if you've got learners that are SEND provision. So just know that as well. Hug it out, Al. I've never walked so much as I have this winter. Yeah, Hen said, Sam, I bet as we're very lucky here. I've heard that you've got off quite lightly, and I've also heard about New Zealand like having hardly any cases or any restrictions. So that's good. And Jonathan has received his first jab of the Pfizer vaccine. Yeah, Pfizer's not as popular over here. It's the Oxford AstraZeneca, which is having actually better results. So yes, Emily, homeschooling here in the UK has been so tough. We've had people coming back today, even though they don't have to come back till the 8th. We've had to stay open anyway because we've got critically vulnerable people, and we're all doing different jobs. I'm actually teaching tomorrow, which I'm excited about. Been planning the activities and things, and I love it. I love it. I've actually got a lot. I love the job that I'm doing, but I've also loved the sort of redeployment aspect as well. So anyway, how are we all doing? How is everybody on this Monday? I hope everybody's okay. I'll have whatever I get offered. Have you all got a cuppa before we start? I feel like I've taken up like 20 minutes already, and I've only just started. But I hope everybody's doing all right. There's going to be some videos coming from me, and I know my channel of late has been lots of lives because of QuaranStream and because of Cuppa Catch Up and Cards, and working and dealing with my mum. I really felt like I've not put content, as in pre-recorded content, out there as much as I usually like to. And I know I did a video, a chatty video yesterday, and I did the premiere of a day of Zane's deck. But a few things have arrived, which I'm quite excited about. Firstly, the Pulp of Tarot has arrived from Drive Through Cards. I'm not going to do a walkthrough of this yet because do you remember that whole cock up? And I had to order 2 and pay postage twice because the wrong deck was in there. And so I haven't had the first order yet with the expansion packs. So there's no point doing a walkthrough and then doing another video with the expansion packs. So I'll wait for the expansion packs to come. And then I will do a walkthrough of that. Richard says mathematical quadratic equations and surds at 9 a.m. tomorrow, Simon. Want to swap? No, I'm doing PSHE, so I'm okay with that. Is your mum doing better? Like the video yesterday. Thanks for recording it. Mum's doing okay. I did actually have to take some time out of work today to go over. My mum's never going to get back to how she was, and that's a fact that we're all trying to get our heads around and support as best that we can. But Thursday is going to be a pretty tough day because Thursday is the day she gets all the results from the consultant, and we kind of know what's coming. But she's going to need a lot of support, I think. So I've already spoken to Chris, and I'll probably put it out to my quarantine that I probably won't do a QuaranStream on Thursday, and I'm going to ask somebody else if they'll pick it up because it's going to be a tough day. But she's doing okay, but she's not brilliant, But each day that we've got, and that it's a blessing. I commented something I think you missed, but want to express deep gratitude for everything you've done for the community to provide companionship and spread joy. Well, thank you, Emily, and that's lovely, lovely feedback. And as I've always said, when we went into lockdown almost a year ago, I started QuaranStream for the reasons that I've just mentioned, but also because I needed it. I live on my own, and the thought of being locked in, originally, can you remember, it was like for the next 3 weeks we're on lockdown. Who knew that I was going to still be locked in for 5 months? But it was so unfamiliar to us. It almost feels now Like, we're so used to it that, you know, it's part of life, and it's going to feel weird when we do get back to normal, whatever that will look like. But I needed it as well, and it was a saving grace for me too. So I'm more than happy to do it, you know, but it really is a two-way street. I make no bones. Yes, you know, I think even if I lived with somebody, I would still do this because it's something that's important, and you know, it's the feedback I've had for this has been the most positive feedback compared to anything I've ever done in 4 years of being in YouTube, even Tarathon, you know, and stuff like that. So I know it's been appreciated. So thank you. Hermit's Cave really appreciated the video yesterday. Yeah, you know, sometimes I was driving and I was just musing things over in my mind and thinking about the community and thinking about lots of different stuff. I'm not going to go over it all again, but I thought, oh, why don't I just hit record and just share my thoughts? And I've not done that for a while. You know, in the 4 years I've been on YouTube, I've very often just used to hit record button and just talk, you know, a bit of like a brain dump. Sometimes I wouldn't even upload them. And I did one yesterday, as I mentioned, in the car, you know, and I spoke for, I think it was 12 minutes in the car, only to hear that the sound quality was appalling because of the aircon. But sometimes my dumps, that don't sound right, my verbal dumps or brain dumps never make it onto my channel. But sometimes I think, yeah, I'll just send it. I never know how they're going to be received. But again, you know, already it's had 1,200 views and the most amount of comments I've had for a long time. So I haven't even seen the comments that's been left since last night because I was up at work and everything today. Jonathan's put an update on his aunt, still in hospital. Now she's being put on antibiotics for lung infection. It's exactly what my mum had. A long path back to health for her. Yeah, it takes time. Anything with lungs and infections, you know, my mum was misdiagnosed with pneumonia, and then it was bronchitis, and now it's interstitial lung disease. She's not a smoker. She was a smoker, but she hasn't smoked for 25 years. But, you know, as well as the fact that she just keeps getting constantly a loop constantly of water infections as well, which really doesn't help. And then there's the kind of memory issues that we will find out on Thursday, whether that's Alzheimer's or dementia. I bought a deck of the Good Tarot from Hay House and there was a card missing. Oh no, have you ever had that happen? Many times. But I've never had a company yet, with the exception of Il Meneghello. I never had a company yet that hasn't been, as in a big publisher that hasn't been more than happy to send that card out. Just write to Hay House, tell them which card's missing from which deck, and you'll get it, no problem. I've had that with Llewellyn, with Le Scarabeo, with US Games, with Schiffer. Always been brilliant. The only one was Il Meneghello. She just never ever got back to me. And in the end, I went back to the shop that I bought it from, and they so kindly opened another deck and sent me the replacement card. So they've lost a whole deck, but they said, we'll get it from Christine. So I hope they did. But yeah, do get in touch with Hay House. They'll be fine in replacing it. Luna says she needed this today. That's why we're here, Luna. I hope you're okay. And Hen's happy she made a live again. Yeah, it's lovely to see you. It really is. So, as I said, so that's a video that will come at some point as soon as I get the expansion packs and a couple of others. I received from Schiffer the new Byzantine tarot. Now, I've got the original Byzantine tarot, which I bought as a £6 deck from The Works, which is a discount bookshop in this country. So what I think I'm going to do is a side-by-side comparison of the first and the second edition. so you can see what you get if you buy the Byzantine Tarot now. I mean, come on, what a collaboration. John Matthews and Cilla Conway. I love Cilla. I really do love Cilla. John Matthews, ledge, let's be honest, complete legend. But Cilla Conway, how versatile is her art? When you look at something like, you know, the Shimmering Veil, and then you look at something like the Byzantine Tarot. So that's something I'm going to do a walkthrough of. And then I got this oracle, which is Oracle Le Absolu, which is basically the absolute oracle. And she put a lovely, bear with, she put a lovely little letter in. Bonjour. Oh, it's too washed out. Bonjour, Brian, because I use my first name for postage in case I'm not home and I have to show ID. She put T in there. But I'm really intrigued by this oracle deck because there's some beautiful images, but it has a system. It's not just an oracle deck where, you know, you pull 60 cards and there's a keyword or, you know, divinatory meaning. It actually has a system that you can follow. So I will do a walkthrough of that at some point as well. So there's some videos to look out for, and I'm really excited to get back into doing some pre-recorded. Somebody on Facebook, it says Facebook user, but someone's put, oh, bonjour. So I don't know if that's somebody who's French, but hello, Facebook user. Nice to see people in Facebook as well, the Hermit's Cave Facebook group. So yeah, if you're not in the Hermit's Cave Facebook group, you're welcome to come and join us in there. There's just some security questions and then you're in. We are starting, because everybody, I never asked, but everybody started showing their favorite hermit cards in there. And we've had dozens and dozens of hermit cards, which I've really enjoyed seeing. And then somebody said, can't we do this, you know, one card a week, have card of the week like you do deck of the day and quote of the day? And I thought that's a really good idea. So I might start it tonight, and we'll start with the Fool and just do Fool, Magician, High Priestess, etc. each week, and then people can show their favourites. That's something I'll do a little bit later. Jackie says Byzantine Tarot. And Chris can't wait to see it side by side. Yeah, I might film it later. Thank you, Al, for the link as well. So yeah, if you do want to come join us, then it's a lovely group. Even though I say so myself, yeah, I don't take a lot of credit for it. I set it up. I've got amazing admin in there, but it's just lovely being a part of it as well. So some really lovely discussions. So do come and join us. Tarot Map, hello. How are you, Kasha? She says, hi, Simon and everyone. So agree, Simon. Cilla's art is versatile. Just popped in when you were talking about it and had to ditto. Yeah, they just love her. And I've seen Cilla on your channel. And I only spoke to her, I think it was Saturday. I've always kept in touch with her. She's just a lovely, lovely human being. I struggled waking before 7, 8 a.m. Oh, I bet. Is the book for that oracle in French? No, it's half and half. So it's half in French, half in English. The same with the cards. They use a system where there's 4 corners. So you read the 4 corners. And then on the back, I don't know if you can see, you've got your French and then your English. So it's quite good for that. I should have said merci beaucoup, says Jen Jen. All right, are we ready for quote of the day? I get so much flack for quote of the day, so I couldn't have made this any easier if I tried. So it really is going to be a case of whoever types it first, because you'll get it straight away. But I'm running out of quotes as well. Right, so let's get the banner up. So we'll have quote of the day. And are you all ready? Are you poised? Fingers at the ready. So quote of the day today is: we seek outside the wonders we carry inside us. And it's a Rumi quote. Don't you just love Rumi? We seek outside the wonders we carry inside us. Oh, I love that pregnant pause. Three of Pentacles. L. L is first. No, you can't complain today, L, because you're normally the lots of fools, lots of words, and then L's put moon. Which is it? Which are you going to go for? Are you going to go for your first or your second? Yay, boy, she says. Yeah, it is our Hermit card. I mean, the Hermit is about introspection and reflection. So again, if we look at that quote, we seek outside ourselves what we carry in what we carry within us already. And inside us, there's not only that reservoir of peace and tranquility, which, when I think of the Hermit, I think about those times where I need to quieten my mind. I think about the times where I need to sit in reflection and introspection. And there's that reservoir of peace that I like to tap into. But there's also a reservoir of knowledge, a lifetime of knowledge. And, who knows us better than we know ourselves? Let's be honest. We might share our deepest, darkest secrets with people that we're close to and that we love. But actually, we're inside our head, we're inside our heart, we feel what we feel, and that's all imprinted on us, And when we go inside to reflect or into introspection, we are tapping into that reservoir. Some people talk about that being a collective consciousness. And I always give the analogy of the ocean, the ocean being everything, the universe, everything, 42. But, that greater consciousness. And when we live our lives, we're waves that come up for a time. And then when our life's done, we go back into that greater consciousness. So some people, really believe that when we go inside and we tap into that reservoir, we're not only tapping into our own sort of intellect, emotions, and everything else, but we're tapping into something greater. And I believe that too, because I believe that we are interconnected, as I've mentioned many, many times. We might be a soul and we're completely, through our lives, imprinting onto our immortal souls. Every thought, every word, every deed, every action is all being imprinted and stored. So who better to consult than ourselves? Zane, hello, how are you? I hope you're having a good Monday. How are you feeling, Zane? I know you was struggling a bit last week, so I hope you're feeling a bit better for this week. I didn't realise what you're all doing. And I said, nice to the quote. Yeah, so Kasia, every day I do a quote of the day. So I'll say a quote and then everybody tries to guess what tarot card the quote is linked to. Sometimes I make it a little bit tricky and people are like, what? And then like today, it was quite easy and people got it. So yeah. Yeah, and Chris has just explained it. So, all right. So, what are we? We're on 5 past. We're doing all right for time. So, the next thing is deck of the day. So, our deck of the day today that we're going to take a look at is the In Between Tarot. So much has been said about this deck. And this is the deck that caused World War III, the Christmas before last, between Jen and Elle. when I did a giveaway of this deck for the Christmas quiz, and Elle lost. We didn't hear, 2020 were bad enough for a lot of people, but it was made even worse with Elle going on about how she was robbed. No, you aren't. Yes, I am. Oh, the shade. I'm glad. Well, I'm glad the group helps. Zane, know that you're amongst friends. You sod. Oh, you don't know this one, Kasha. So this came out in 2019. So it's been out for a couple of years. And the premise is, it's called the In-Between Tarot because it's in between each archetype. So for instance, what comes in between the devil and the tower, or the star and the moon, etc. And it's quite an interesting concept. It's not, if I'm honest, it's not the easiest deck to read with, but that's just me. I hate the book. Steady Tammy Pie. Did she throw a paddy? You know your daughter, Jackie. What do you think? So the box is lovely. It is a low scarabeo. It has the magnetic closure, nice sturdy box. On the back it says, as the before and after tarot, explore what happens just before and after each arcana. And do you know what? One of my most popular videos ever is the before, during and after tarot. It's like my third most popular video. And I don't know why. I just showed the before tarot, the during tarot. The number of times people have said to me, where do I get the during tarot from? I'm like, it's just an RWS. But before and after tarot, I show the three together so you can see what happens before, what we're used to seeing with the tarot, and then what comes after. But this is the in-between tarot. So it's kind of like to complete a set, but I think this is more standalone than the others. So what, as the before and after tarot explore what happens just before and after each arcana, the in-between tarot focuses on the relationship between cards. Each in-between card expresses the symbolic space that connects the arcana, revealing the connection between them. The cards will help the reader to shift her focus from hard meanings to softer and more dynamic nuances and interpretations. The in-between tarot will also open the door to a brand new way to read and study the traditional tarot. Those decks sound fascinating. They are. I really, I think I said at the time, I don't know if I preferred the before or the after tarot more. I couldn't have one without the other. I had to have them both because I loved seeing what was happening with the Fool before they got to the edge of the cliff. But then it was great to see what happens after the Fool has stepped off the cliff. This would make an interesting learning and explorative tool, but I don't know if I would read with it. Yeah, I'm with you. I mean, the book is lovely, full colour images. The information you get is the information you get is the information. The source card, so it tells you the two. So the Page of Night talks about what it's linking to. So for instance, it's better if I show you a major. You get this full color beautiful image here, and it will say this is the Magician and High Priestess card. So, or the space in between, I should say, the Magician and the High Priestess card. So the source is the Magician and the High Priestess, but then when you turn to the next card, it is the space between the High Priestess and the Empress. Okay, so what you start to see there is elements of the High Priestess, but the elements of the Empress, the kind of motherly, earthy, as well as so you get that combination of the two. Kasha says, I have the vice versa tarot. You get the regular meaning on one side, and the reverse meaning on the other. Weird, but could work. I've got the vice versa as well. I really don't like that one. I don't know why. I think it's because they're double-sided, like you say, Kasia. I like tarot cards to have a back, because if I'm shuffling them and I'm laying them down, I've got images looking up at me and I'm thinking, do I turn it? Do I not turn it? So for some reason, I just couldn't gel with the vice versa tarot. I preferred the before, during, and after. But it's interesting, isn't it? Because you see it from a kind of 180-degree position. So you'll see the magician in front of the table, and then you turn it over and you're seeing the magician from behind, and you can see the audience that is looking at the magician. I love the idea of this, but to be honest, it has just collected dust. Oh, you've got it, Richard. Okay, so without further ado, because it's almost 1:15 already, we will have a look at the cards. So the book is a nice book. I know Tammy Pye said she didn't like it. I'm not quite sure why, but it's 152 pages, and then the rest of the pages are for notes. So you can put notes in there. There's a few note pages. It's quite a thick deck, so it's not, you know, because Llewellyn in particular are thin. So this is Low Scarabeo. So it's Bayo, I should say. It's got a nice thickness to it. And these are the backs, which are really nice. Oh, she knows. So a sup of coffee. I asked the creator, Jamie Worthington, to come on my channel for an interview and discussion of this deck, but I'm still waiting to hear back from her. Okay. So what I like as well, it really helps you, because if you see the image here, you get a little side pane which helps you. So if you lay them down, like I do, you can see how they correlate with each other. So here it will say that it's the Fool moving into the Magician. Okay. So do you see the energy there, particularly with the symbols of our Fool and our Magician? There's the cliff, there's the dog, you know, but you've got elements of the Magician here. You've got the elemental symbols, but he's still holding his flower and looking up. He's left his little bungle there. Hi, Dan. I've been practicing climbing knots, as you do. I was just practicing my climbing knots this morning. Here's our Magician going into the High Priestess. So you've got the Magician here, but you've got the two pillars, look, from the High Priestess, the crescent moon, the crescent moon at the top, and the triple moon at the bottom. It will say that this is kind of the Magician card, but remember, it's the space in between the Magician and the High Priestess. Left this little what? Left this little what? This is the one I showed you in the book. So we go from the everything's backwards, isn't it? We go from the High Priestess now into the energy of the Empress. I think this is a gorgeous card. I love how it goes from the moon to the sun, from night to day. Oh, beautiful. I like it, says Amanda. The Empress to the Emperor, which is perfect. They are a little bit smaller, I think, than, because I think Low Scarabeo is smaller. Yeah, not a deal, but Low Scarabeo cards are smaller than US games. So you can see here, narrower and smaller. Getting lots of pings at the moment, not sure why. This is one of my favorite cards, and it's from the cover of the box and the book as well. So this is our Emperor card, but it's Emperor going into the Hierophant And doesn't it remind you of like Lord of the Rings? Not that I've watched it. Beautiful. And you get those symbols as well at the top. The Hierophant going to our lovers. Look, the Hierophant is like performing a ceremony. It looks like a hand fasting ceremony. Isn't that cool? But that is what would happen, isn't it? If you put our, Hierophant and our lovers together. May I please see the back of the cards? I missed it. Yes, of course, Kay. There you go. There's the back. Got the Ouroboros in the middle. And then we have our lovers going into the Chariot. The artwork, I think, is really nice. It's done really well. And then the Chariot going into Strength. Look at that. I like that the Hierophant does the ceremony for the lovers. Yeah, me too. And then we have Strength going into the Hermit. Oh, beautiful. Look at that mountain. We've got the lion there and the lady, but they're part of this beautiful stone archway. And there's the Hermit, look, going off along the path into the mountains. I love it. And then we have the Hermit going into the wheel. So there's the Hermit in this circular kind of, almost like in a ritual, in meditation, but it's got the elements all around him, like you'd get with the wheel card. Beautiful. I must say I'm intrigued now. How do you think we would use this in a reading, do we think? When I've used it, I kind of, if I lay down 3 cards, I feel like I'm getting a 6-card reading, if I'm honest. You're still picking up that energy, but you're, I think it helps sometimes. If people pull something like the Hierophant, it can be quite jarring for some people. But seeing the Hierophant, you'll see that energy twice because they're in both cards, because they're in between. Wheel and Justice. And then we have Justice and the Hanged Man. Now this is epic. Is Jen still in the chat? Or I know she can only pop in between meetings and things, but Jen, if you're here, because Elle watched this recently, just tell me what you think this reminds you of. So this is the Hanged Man card, but it's the Hanged Man going into death. Look at that. Working and lurking, I'm sure. Yeah. But look at that. Isn't that the Wicker Man? But isn't that perfect for the Hangman going into death? Wicker Man. There's Jen. I love this as well. This is Death going into Temperance. Look at that. Look at that phoenix rising up. I love, Temperance. You've got the water, air, you've got fire, you've got earth, you've got this beautiful melding together of the elements, but you've also got, of course, that death and rebirth with this beautiful phoenix, and the angel pouring the cups in cloud formation. And then we have Temperance going to the devil. Now look at that. The continuation there, that phoenix. The continuation. You've got almost an Adam and Eve tree of knowledge kind of scene depicted below. All right, Elle. Phoenix coming out of a golf course hole. You see what you see. And then we have the devil and the tower. Still got that devil kind of cloudy, shadowy figure in the background. And then, of course, tower and the star. Almost spit out my Coke. Okay, see you tomorrow, Sarah. And then we have star and the moon, which is gorgeous. Put the star and the moon together. And again, it's not too much of a glare. And the moon and the sun. I see whole stories in these cards. Yes, Kay, exactly. And then we have the sun and judgment, which is an epic scene. Look how that sun glows. It's almost like 3D. It's amazing. And then obviously judgment and world. So you're probably then thinking, well, what does the world wrap around to? Well, of course, it wraps back around to the Fool, because the major arcana is separate to the minor arcana. It's our major lessons. So we have the world back around to the Fool, which is incredible, because that's the whole point of tarot, isn't it? It's cyclical. When you reach the world, you go around again. So tempted to get this deck now, but I splurged on 5 decks this weekend. Yeah, I guess you've just got to think whether it's a deck that you would use. It is quite a powerful deck. It is different to other decks, but it is gorgeous. And if you like diversity as well, each of the courts kind of follows a different tradition. At court, the suits. I'm conscious that it's nearly 25 past already, so I'm going to really quickly go through the minors, because they are quite interesting when you get to, like, the courts are separate. The 10 follows back round to the ace, and the page and king follow back round. The king follows back round to the page, etc. So our ace, but remember it's ace to 2, 2 to 3. Oh, our 4 and 5 is beautiful. This is cups, by the way, if you hadn't already worked that out. Lots of people here today, 132 people. Good to see you all. Oh, Peter's just put a comment in Facebook. Not sure if I could use it, but I'd like to go through the cards as a collection piece. I think you'll be surprised. And I think I kind of got it initially because I was intrigued by it, and because I've got the before and the after and the vice versa. I thought, well, if I've got them, I may as well get this and see how I get on. But actually, I was blown away by the artwork and the concept. I really, really like. And I know Tammy Pie said the book is rubbish, but I quite enjoyed reading the book kind of as an explanation. So as you can see here, the King of Cups goes back round to the Page of Cups. You've got this king with a young infant there. So the major arcana is Fool to World, back to Fool. And then the minors is Ace to 10, back to Ace. And then the courts are Page to King, back to Page. Here we have our suffragettes, votes for women. I didn't mean, I didn't. I meant I hate Facebook, not this book. Oh, sorry, Tammy Pie. Tammy Pie was talking about Facebook. Right, okay. That's why I was like, really? All cleared up. Tammy Pie meant Facebook she hates, not the book that goes with this. I do apologise. Equality now. Our queen. And then we have our wands. I'm just going to speed this up a bit, guys. I've really rabbited on tonight, haven't I? Any suggestions for deck of the day for tomorrow or another night this week? Do let me know. Number 10. Page. And the king. And then we have these kind of Centaurian type in the swords. Oh, Isha's got Mary Owl. Spacious Tarot, too soon. No, I don't think it's too soon. We can take a look at the Spacious Tarot if you'd like. What does everybody else think? Are you happy with me showing the Spacious Tarot? I can put it back in order tonight, ready for tomorrow. This is powerful. Oh, I love the Spacious. Yup. I actually like the Minor Arcana in this. Yes, Spacious. Yes, Spacious Tarots. All right, I'll do the Spacious then tomorrow. I'll try and make quote of the day a little bit harder as well. I just felt you all needed a break. I love the formations in the clouds as well in a lot of these cards. And then our king and page. So that's our deck of the day, which is the in-between tarot. Spacious would be nice. Spacious is on my list to work with soon, so that works. Spacious is great energy for our current time. Yeah. Spacious Tarot it is. Watch me go and forget. I won't. I'm not that bad yet. Thumbs up for the Spacious. All right, so let's pull our card then. Get rid of that. So a card for us to concentrate on for the next 24 hours. I enjoyed looking at that deck today. Good. I'm glad, Stephen. Have you seen it before? Like I say, it's been around a couple of years, but have mercy, Simon. Quotes have been hard enough. Yeah, notice today, no complaints from Elle about the quotes. I wonder why that is. All right. Ooh, I'm not sure if we've had that one before or not. So we've got the infinity. Infinity. We are infinite. Take it back to the Hermit card. I love this. This has happened quite a few times, hasn't it? Where the card that we've pulled actually kind of relates back to quote of the day card that I show. You know, and as I said then, you know, we've got an infinite amount of that reservoir inside of us. Oh, Taramap, I've just seen that you've posted a video. I shall have to watch that after. You know, we are infinite. We have that endless reservoir inside of us. But it's also about cycles, isn't it? When we think of the infinity, everything kind of repeats itself. And again, great card to get in conjunction with the deck that we've been showing about how everything comes back around. But our message really is that, you know, our souls are immortal. I believe that. Yes, our bodies die, but keep working, keep, you know, everything that you do, remember, goes into that infinite. Keep working on that, keep bettering yourselves, learn from experiences, have new experiences. But remember that you can be unstoppable. You are infinite. So don't place restrictions on yourself, because it'll only be your own kind of fears, your own limitations that you're placing on yourself. How can we limit infinity? We can't. So be unstoppable, be brave, go for it. All right, I've really enjoyed today. I'd shop at Simon's anytime. Am I opening a shop? Oh, Laurie says it looks like a gift shop. A shop where nothing is for sale. I guess that's a museum then, isn't it? But anyway, yeah, lovely to be with you all today and spend the last hour with you. I will see you tomorrow, same time if you can make it. Just, you know, look after yourselves as always and keep smiling, keep fighting, keep putting that foot in front of the other, and go in peace. Namaste and blessed be.